In this series, we have discussed how group decision-making is like building a house. If decisions are made based on faulty conclusions, the outcome is compromised. A common source of faulty conclusions are logical fallacies, which occur when a person supports a position with misleading, flawed, or outright false argumentation. In our last video, we discussed the middle ground fallacy. We heard Bob make a proposal where he and Billy both got part of what they wanted.
Well, you want the team to do inventory reports. I want the team to do 2 additional observations. What if we just rotate the inventory report daily between Lot A and Lot B, which will cut the reporting time by half, and then only do 1 additional observation? Then at least we both get half of what we want.
Bob suggested cutting the time Billy's team used for their inventory report and his number of proposed safety observations in half. While Bob may be on the right track by looking for ways to free up time for additional observations, his proposal is based on achieving compromise, not on the best solution for their team. Bob and Billy each get half of what they want, but their compromise may not be what's best for the company. If Bob wants to take this approach, he should do so because he believes 1 additional observation will sufficiently improve safety, and rotating inventory reports to cut the time in half will save time without compromising operations. Before we define our last and final fallacy, see if you can spot the problem with the following argument. Jane, in response to James' proposal to purchase offering A and not offering B, states,
James clearly just committed the middle ground fallacy. Therefore, we shouldn't even consider his suggestion.
Can you guess the fallacy used in Jane's position? If you guessed the fallacy fallacy, you would be correct. Our final fallacy in this series is the fallacy fallacy, which is the presumption that a position is incorrect merely because it is articulated with a fallacy embedded in the argument. In other words, it is itself a fallacy to assume a person's position is incorrect because a fallacy was offered in support of it. In any given group discussion, you may find 1 or more of these fallacies come into the conversation. However, the fallacy fallacy tells us that finding a fallacy is only half the battle. Equally important is learning to reframe the argument once a fallacy is recognized. In our example, once Jane recognizes the middle ground fallacy, instead of discounting James' proposal, she could instead reframe her argument as follows.
James, it seems you may be proposing this because it is a compromise between my position and Jack's position. While I appreciate that you want both Jack and me to be happy with the final decision, I want to make sure purchasing A and not B would be the right solution for the company. I am not sure that it would be, and here is why.
Jane could also ask for more information from James about why A and not B would be helpful for the company. The goal is that James' proposal is not accepted merely because it's the middle ground, nor is it dismissed merely because a fallacy was committed. His proposal should be evaluated on its actual merit. And this is why the fallacy fallacy is the perfect way to end this series. If all we have learned to do is identify new fallacies, we have missed the point. Identifying the fallacy is only helpful in as far as we are able to reframe and dive deeper into better discussions as a team. We hope you've enjoyed this series. In our next and final episode, we will finish the series with a brief recap of all the fallacies we have learned. Until then, build well.